Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, it's true. Let me get the phone numbers out for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. Tonight we have Cracker is our in-studio guest. And, of course, to my left, as always, Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. How are you, Doc?
I'm all right. How are you?
Couldn't be better.
How's your medical problem?
You know, Drew, what about the whole patient-physician confidentiality clause?
If you'd come in and seen me as a patient, maybe I could have maintained that.
If I come in and see you as a patient, I would have to pay you.
To mention something to me in passing as I was seeing one of your friends.
In passing?
Yeah. About passing.
All right, I had a little discoloration of my stool today, and it was alarming. Mm-hmm. So I decided to drop in on the doc and pay him a little visit to his lovely office. And
you didn't listen to a word I said, did you?
What? No, I did. What was it? Go get that medicine? No, I don't get stuff I rub on my ass.
That was just sort of my temporizing measure with you to give you that stuff. I told you to have some tests done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you forgot that too.
All right. I don't want to get into this right now because I'm getting depressed. I got a big weekend coming on. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how it goes over the weekend.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Let's not do anything drastic.
All right.
And if it's still bad on Sunday, we'll tell you what's going on.
You got to use that cream. At least then we'll know what it is. So if the itching settles down.
Okay. All right, Drew. Thank you very much for that. Now, I'll never get late again. As you know, we've been doing the GAT test, the gay aptitude test. We did the HAT test. We did the WHAT test last night, the woman's heterosexual aptitude test. And I plan on doing more of these tests. And I would like you, the informed, what's the name of the show? Loveline listener, to fax in at 310-854-4455 and give us some ideas, like the white trash test or the dorky couple test. You know, those couples that wear like matching sweatshirts and stuff like that, or are you turning into your parents, or something good like that. So fax that in. I'll get some ideas. I'll work on them over the weekend. I'll send my team, my field team, out to collect the data, and we'll do that. Now, before we get to the calls, yes?
Am I looking at another list over there?
Yes, you are. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a list I worked on earlier this morning for the morning show, but it's an evergreen. It's always good. We were talking about midgets. Mm-hmm. And I came up with the all-time midget or dwarf adult film title list. The top 20 dwarf adult film titles.
Make it fast.
Ready? Number 1, Small Wonder. Number 2, Backdoor Dwarfs. Number 3, Earbangers. Number 4, Dwarf on Your Sister. Number 5, Rex Kobo, Mr. Elastic Scrotum. Not a midget one, just one I enjoyed. Number 6, Big Things Come in Small Cracks. Number 7, The Misadventures of Hervé Vaginache. You'll remember him from Fantasy Island. Number 8, Dopey Does Dallas. Number 9, Gulliver Travels Up Your Ass. Number 10, Premature Dwarfulation. Number 11, Big Calves, Small Holes. You ever rent that one, Drew? All right, get up, Drew. Number 12, Debbie Does the Keebler Elves. Number 13, Little Big Load. Number 14, Puny Pounders. 15, The Wizard of Jizz. 16, Really Short Lesbians. Not the greatest title ever. 17, Get Shorty, a Towel. Number 18, Little Women Get It On with Black Guys. Number 19, Punky Gister. And number 20, Double Nostril Penetrators 3. Oh, so you know the kind of highbrow show we're doing. You ready to get to the phones, Doc? Mm. Yes, you are. Oh, you're thoroughly disgusted, aren't you? Lily.
Yes.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hi, Lily.
How are you?
How am I doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
I was doing all right until about 5 minutes ago.
He's thoroughly repulsed. You know, he works on a lot of dwarfs.
Oh, my.
What's going on?
Well, I have a long-distance relationship with my fiancé, and he's coming home in a couple weeks, and I wanted to surprise him with some kind of sexual fantasy, and I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's mentioned before that it would turn him on to see me with some other girl.
Don't do it.
I don't want to do that right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Tell her you could only find one other woman, and it was your mom.
Well, that definitely...
See what his sickness threshold is. Yeah. How do you feel about being with another girl in front of him?
I mean, I've thought about it before.
What would you think if he joined in?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So it'd be just strictly for your viewing enjoyment.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, no. Drew's shaking his head. No. I don't know. I think you could get away with that.
He's not going to be home for a very long time, and I want him to myself.
Well, how about just doing that, going away with him somewhere for a day or something?
But I want to do something fantasy-wise. I know you guys are guys. You have ideas? What kind of fantasy?
Let me tell you what guys' ultimate fantasy is, and here's how guys work. This is how smart guys are. Guys spend months and years tracking down the perfect woman, and then when they find her after about a week of sex, they're like, hey, put this wig and this house coat on and pretend you're the Avon lady. I don't know why that is. Why after dating someone for so long and courting them, you finally get them into the sack and then you want them to pretend like they're someone else, but that's how guys work. So maybe you could, sort of take on a alter ego or something like that.
Okay.
Put a wig, slut it up a little, Lily.
Slut it up.
Yes, and don't use that voice.
Okay.
That's a boner killer, Lily. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's more like it, you see? All right. I put some big clamp-on earrings on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Big platinum blonde Jane Mansfield wig. Huh?
All right.
No cackling. Put on a sequins gown. You know what I'm saying? False eyelashes. Little of that powder blue mascara you got hiding away in the back of the toothbrush drawer that you had out in the late 70s. You know what I'm saying? Do it up a little.
Okay.
Has he got a certain kind of booze he's into?
Yeah.
All right. What is it? 40 ounces?
Jack Daniel.
All right. Whip up a little Jack, have it on the ice for him, and just give him his night.
All right.
You know what I'm saying, Lily?
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. And don't talk too loud. It scares guys. All of a sudden, I sound like Don Cornelius. It's back to the phones we go. Shannon.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam.
Hi, you're on Loveline.
I got a bit of a problem.
What's up, Shannon?
It all started mainly when I was in 3rd grade. My stepdad was sexually abusing me for, about 6-7 years.
Huh.
And I told my mom a couple of times, but he threatened me, so I reneged. And then the last time... Huh?
How do you renege on that?
I told her that I was doing it to get attention, because...
Wow.
What did he threaten you with?
Said that he'd kill me, he'd kill my mom.
God, is that guy still around?
I don't know.
Is your mom divorced from him now?
Yeah.
He probably got into politics, by the way.
What? I'm so sorry for you. You had to go through that. I mean...
Yeah, they've been divorced for like 6 years now.
You were 3?
No, 3rd grade.
8,
3rd grade.
8.
Oh, okay. I heard the 3.
8 to 14.
8 to 14?
Right?
Yeah, he pretty much took my innocence away from me.
Well, more than that. I mean, this guy is a criminal jerk. I mean, every bad thing you could say about a human being applies to this guy, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you crossed paths with him when you did.
And I believe this kind of abuse is it's lower on my list than homicide. It's worse than killing someone, because killing someone only takes once. You know what I mean? It only takes a second. This is an ongoing, conscious effort.
Yeah, see, that's what my problem is. Like I said, they've been divorced for about 6 years now, and I dream a lot
about this,
about him. And he did a lot of good things for me, but not more good than bad.
Ugh.
And
he only did good to try to keep you locked into that terrible situation.
Yeah, and I told my mom just today that I had dreamt about him the night before last, and she gets upset because she doesn't like me going through it because it hurts.
Of course.
But we need some kind of closure.
Well, more than that, Shannon, I mean, it takes a lot of therapy to get over something like this.
Well, yeah, see, I started it when I was 15 years old, but it's like, I'm 15, I don't feel like it's anybody else's business but mine.
Right.
I thought I knew everything I needed to know.
Right, and guess what? That's a defense. It's a way of avoiding the feelings that you're actually having about how this horrible thing that happened.
Shannon, how do you feel toward your mom?
Oh, I love my mom to death.
You don't resent her in any way for bringing this guy into the home?
And, you know, in the beginning I did because she was the one that worked. He was the one that stayed home and took care of me after school.
Mm-hmm.
And every time she went somewhere, I begged her, Mom, can I come with? Can I come with? She's like, no, stay home. And that's always when it happened. And it even happened when she was at home in the basement or in the garage. Or
10 years from now, Drew's going to have his entire family packed into the studio when we're doing the show.
To make them listen to this stuff?
No, just to not let them out of your sight.
Oh, right. Oh, you bet. Absolutely. We go through that kind of thing already now.
Shannon.
Yeah?
Was this guy ever brought up on charges?
Yeah, he's in prison now, but when he first, when the charges were first brought against him, they put him into like a halfway home to try and do some kind of treatment for him. He was only supposed to be there for a few years, but he screwed up, so they put him in prison.
Well, I guess that's good. I mean, at least the guy's not running around.
Yeah, but soon enough, his probation or parole, whatever.
Don't focus on that. You seem like you're insightful into the nature of the problem here and that you want help. Go get help. Go get help. It's not something that is going to be easily curable or treatable, but it's only going to happen in a relationship, in a therapeutic relationship with a professional. I mean, it's the only way it's really going to get better. It's going to affect your relationships. I'm sure you've noticed already how much difficulty you have in relationships, right?
Yeah, and very much so.
Yeah, and that's going to continue, and you don't want that in your life. You want to be able to have honest, genuine, intimate relationships that don't get overcome by the chaos and all the dysfunctional emotion that's left over from this trauma.
Yeah, before my grandmother died, she told me that in order to go on, you have to forgive.
Janet, don't worry about doing something. It's not simple right now. There's going to be no catharsis. It's not going to be, you're going to be visited by a shaft of light and you're going to have this, epiphany and you're going to be okay.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
It's not like in a fortune cookie or anything like that. I mean, for as many years of abuse that you suffered at the hands of this guy, you may take that many in a therapeutic environment.
Right. In order to those parts of your emotional world, your brain, that protect you from injury, are all in place right now to try to help you survive the trauma you went through. And to undo that, it's a very slow process. And all the cognitive, all the intellectual insight in the world doesn't undo that.
All men must be killed. That's what I'm coming to slowly through hosting this show. Joanne?
Hi.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Joanne.
Hi. Well, first off, I like to say that I listen to you guys every night, and I think you guys are own stuff.
But
anyways, I'm 13 years old, and I was wondering, maybe either of you guys could help me. I wear a 38 cup, double D, pardon me, and, I have serious back problems, and I was wondering how old do you have to be to get a breast reduction?
I don't think anyone's going to be doing that at the age of 13, but I've seen it not infrequently at 16, 17, certainly 18.
Didn't we have a caller the other night at 14?
15.
Was it 15?
Yeah. And that indeed is the criteria they use, the degree to which it's affecting your physical well-being. And if you're really having a lot of back problems, neck problems, this sort of thing, then you are likely to have that procedure performed. Don't be in a huge hurry. I mean, don't rush out to get that, but you might begin looking into it at this point. Talk to your family doctor and begin looking for a surgeon and thinking about whether that's something you want to do.
Yeah, because, I don't know, they just, it hurts my back and stuff. And, some people say, oh, are you only doing this because guys pay attention to that, not to you? I'm like, no, I really don't mind. I kind of like it when guys, stare at that.
Well, finally someone who's honest.
I mean, girls have to be honest. I mean, I'm not putting down anybody, because I know if anyone else is in my shoes, I know how you feel. But you have to be honest. It is kind of arousing if a guy is, staring at that,
I'll tell you, Joanne, the fact that you're 13 is saving you from a barrage of verbal abuse at this point. I mean, no, not yelling, but I mean, I just cannot get started down that path knowing how old you are. But there's a few things I want to say. I totally agree with that. We've talked about this before. The same people that are complaining about Joanne just wanting to get attention with these breasts are plucking the eyebrows, or dyeing their hair, or bleaching their teeth, or going to the tan salon, or going to the gym. It's all aesthetics. Yeah. So if you have a thing, I mean, if you have really beautiful eyes, that is an aesthetic quality that men would be attracted to. If you have a beautiful ass, it's another aesthetic quality. If you have beautiful breasts, it's an aesthetic quality. Why, if it's the breast, does it become this, oh, it's cheap now, oh, these guys are just pigs and this and that? Guys are attracted to aesthetics, whether they be on your chest, your ass, or your head. And I don't see the difference.
And I know, like, maybe some callers are going to be a little pissed at what I just said, but, you know, that's my opinion. It may not be anybody else's. But
absolutely not. What do you think they weigh, though, Joanne?
Huh?
What do you figure they weigh? You know?
No,
Never done that?
I haven't put them on a scale.
Never done the water displacement test?
Huh?
Never dragged out the rain barrel? And no.
Yeah, okay.
You know how I know there's no God, Dr. Drew? God, this is a flawed design here on Joanne. Joanne, you're not a big gal, I'm guessing?
What do you mean?
Just, yeah, the rest of you. The rest of you, yes.
Like overweight? No.
Yeah, okay. This is a flawed design. What God, if there was a God, here's how he would have designed women. He would have put a breast on the front and a breast on the back. Because now she's got this, like she's carrying an anvil around in her bra, and it's pulling her over like Quasimodo. You put one in the back, then a guy can feel you up from all angles. You get a little excitement when you lean back in the Barca lounger. There's all sorts of, the bra makers, totally different design, by the way. But it would be a better design if you think about it.
Yeah.
Am I right, Joanne?
Yeah.
And I would like a penis on my rear. I'm not sure how that sounds. Yeah. That doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Oh, you were asking, like, about ideas and stuff? You guys could put the aptitude test, the BAT test or something. Because I know I would pass or something. BAT,
is the boob aptitude test?
The bimbo aptitude.
Oh, bimbo aptitude test. All right, I'm writing that down. We thank you for your input. Cracker will be coming in here in just a few minutes, but until then, it's Melissa's turn. Melissa.
Hi.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Oh, hi, Dr. Drew and Adam.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Okay, I have been thinking about having sex with my boyfriend for a while, and I'm kind of unsure because I have this, like, unpleasant odor, and I'm scared he's going to get really turned off by it.
Is that something you have always had?
No, it's just been since, like, the past few weeks.
Okay, that's an infection of some type, then. You really should go see a doctor about it, or at least call your doctor and see if they can get you something. These days, there's some creams that you can use really empirically that are very effective, something called Metrogel, that tends to cover most of the vaginal infections that cause the funny sound.
Metrogel?
Metrogel.
Is the tube shaped like a train?
No.
It's going into the tunnel?
No blue line on the Metrogel.
Are you sure it's an infection? Maybe you just sat on a wheel of cheese or something.
Oh, God.
No, Melissa, talk to your gynecologist about it. These things can usually be dealt with pretty easily. Okay?
All right. Yes, good luck to you there. Michelle.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
All right, here's what's going on. I've been going out with my boyfriend for, like, a little more than a year and a half, and he's, like, an email junkie.
Email junkie?
Email, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he really, he gets into playing all the games, but he gets into the chat lines, too.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, right before before Christmas, I would go down, because we go to the computer lab in the college, and, we'd both do it. And he started, like, writing, like, certain girls, like, right away.
Uh-huh. So he knew these girls in advance.
No, he didn't. They'd say, like, what they looked like or, what they said they looked like.
What are you getting at? Is that you're jealous of his relationships on the Internet?
Well, he would say things to them that I think are personal.
About him? About himself?
Just like they'd do the sex thing over the Internet.
And that disgusted you?
Michelle, you're moving like a glacier, sweetie. Let's go now, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, he would get very intimate. And just recently, I found out, because he's been emailing one girl, and I found out that he, like, gave her his number, and she's called him.
Well, first of all, whoever he's talking to on the chat line could be a 50-year-old.
It's the 70-year-old transvestite.
Yeah, right. Right. I mean, who knows who you're talking to?
It's the longshoreman. It's the merchant marine with the cigar hanging out of the side of his mouth and the sweaty A shirt and his gut slopping over his underpants. Yes, I'm 15. I'm nubile. I have large, supple breasts.
And this is sort of the provocative fantasy arena of the latter half of the 90s, I guess. People are doing strange things on the Internet, but it doesn't necessarily translate into any bona fide human relation.
But it's cheating emotionally.
No.
Poo-poo on that.
But it does, it violates your sensibilities, and you ought to ask him to stop, that's all.
See, I have, and he like, hasn't.
He's
been, like, talking to the same
like, they started just regular emailing each other, and he's been doing it for like a month.
All right. Now, how would you feel if he sat home and watched porno movies?
Pornos are, I wouldn't care about that.
All right, because I'm going, here's my sort of non-physical cheating scale I just came up with. Playboy, then it would go Penthouse, then it gets in all the, like, Jugs and Hustler and Backdoor Men and 40 and Affable.
All right, whatever.
Wait a minute, I got more. All right, then it goes to the porn movies. Then it goes to the emailing, because you're
how about the lines, the phone lines?
Oh, the phone lines. Yeah, okay. The email, then the phone lines would be it. These are the things you can do without touching another human being, but still
it's kind of weird. You're
sort of carrying on with someone. And the thing about pornos is obviously there's no feedback, although I have brilliant...
No, there's no person.
Oh, but I have a brilliant idea. Another invention for porno movies where they work your name into it. So they go like, and you hear like a narrator's voice go, give me more, Adam. Customized porn. In today's computer age, it would make $1 million, Drew. All right, but here's the deal.
So I'm being ridiculous.
Not really, because he's having
not.
contact with a person that is then contacting him.
Right.
I mean, it's a form of relationship.
Right.
You know what
it may be totally false. It may have no foundation in reality, but it is enough. I can understand why it would violate your sensibilities, and if you won't stop, create consequences.
And it's not that far out of line. It's one of those things where if you don't like it, he should stop.
Yeah, and if he doesn't stop, she has to begin to up the ante and say, well, if you don't stop, I'm going.
It's not a big deal, but if it really bugs the hell out of her, then he should stop for her, and we'll be back with Cracker.
Hey, this is John Stewart. You're listening to Lovelines, and the answer to your question is ointment.
Yes, we are back with David Lowry and Johnny Hickman, both from the band Cracker. Let me give the phone number out, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191, fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He's Dr. Drew. Be there. I'm getting into this whole DJ stuff. All right. Turn that crap down. We got to talk to Cracker. I almost said Crapper. Turn that crack down. We got to talk to Crapper. All right, now stay up on the mics, guys. You know, I have to yell at the guests a lot of times. The rock and roll bands, they kind of sort of. All right, don't inhale it. Don't make love to it. Just lean on it, David.
For our amusement?
Don't monkey with any of the equipment. They'll throw our asses right out of here. All right, the name of the new CD, The Golden Age, is the third CD for Cracker.
Yes, it is. The third, that's right.
Yes, and Kerosene Hat being the second, the first being Cracker.
Just Cracker. Yeah.
Right, and Kerosene Hat is platinum now?
Yeah, basically.
So that's kind of exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what that means, but no.
Well, it means you sold
1 million records.
Now, is it true with the whole like gold and
But
platinum?
they have a funny way of measuring it. That's what I was trying to get at.
I don't want to take anything away from you, but how's that work?
It's like how many that are out in the store and that haven't come back yet and have been there for a certain amount of time, so you can actually have these. Well, anyway, but with ours, it's probably is genuinely platinum.
Yeah, you guys did it the hard way.
Well, it took a long time, so it's probably genuinely platinum. So,
and this thing is coming out the 2nd, right?
It's coming out Tuesday. Yeah, 2nd.
Okay, so it's
is that Tuesday? I think it is.
Yeah, Monday's April Fool's.
We were really pushing for April Fool's Day, but they wouldn't let us do that.
Why not?
I don't know. I think they just don't do that.
What's
they don't
up
do
with that?
It's like the 13th floor with the elevator, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. And I never even really noticed that. Drew, do you notice that?
Yes.
In elevators?
In hospitals, there's no 13th numbered room.
Yeah.
And there's no 13th floor.
And there's no 13th floor.
But there is, because it's the 14th floor.
At the LA County Hospital, the 13th floor. It's the jail ward.
This is a really weird society. Well, no wonder everyone's on drugs. They can't cope.
I've been staying in room 13 when we've been rehearsing for a month, and I'm fine.
Yeah, small town.
Nothing has happened.
But we did see a movie while we were out there that was filmed in this town that we stayed in. It was a bad werewolf movie, and the werewolf was living in his room in the movie.
Really? What was the name of the movie?
The Howling Seven.
New Moon Rising, or it was like by this time like the accountant from the original Howling is like the star of the movie. Right. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Dresser.
A friend of mine worked on it. That's why we watched it. It was seriously it's the accounnt.
You know him as the man who did craft service for The Shining. Now he's starring in his very own feature-length film. We were talking about anuses during the commercial. break, Johnny was saying he had his check recently, and not to bring that up over the air. I was coincidentally having a little...
Told you not to.
Having a little trouble with mine.
You had your ass looked at. So
and here's
be honest about it. People should, think about their health.
Well, it is true.
Damn body,
Yeah, I mean, well, let's do a little PSA right now. I mean, people...
Or just drop it. Either one's fine.
No, I think we should run with it. We're on a roll. Here's the deal. Because we get this is kind of the nature of the show, because we get a lot of calls and people go, I have these bumps on my penis, and I don't want to tell my doctor or my parents, and I don't know. Meanwhile, cancer's spreading every second. This guy's not getting to a physician, but they're embarrassed because it's on the penis, it's on the testicles. They got it through some sort of mischievous behavior, whatnot, and it's killing them, but they're too humiliated to go in and have it checked. I have the same problem with my butt. So I went in. I noticed, all right, I'm going to be honest. I noticed like a little blood in the stool today. Yeah. And there's nothing more, never has the look of dismay come across my face and said to her than when you look down in the toilet. And usually, you look down, you admire your handiwork. Hey, not bad. Hey, it looks like Abe Lincoln there. What is that? And you look down and you see some blood in there. And you think you're going to die. So I went in to go see Dr. Drew. And Drew was great because I told him, and the first thing he said to me was, "You're going to have to see someone else." We work together, man. I don't spread cheeks with people I work with. And I was
only for total strangers, huh?
Right. That's right. If you're 70 and you got a prostate the size of Minnesota, Doc's, he'll dive right into the coolie. But if you're a healthy, strapping young lad you sit across the counter with, the console with every night, no way. Sure, let me die, Drew.
Now, come on. Now. I said that, first of all, there are boundary issues there that I said it's too weird for me to get into that with you.
Boundaries like the hair? You talking about the hair?
That prevents it from getting anywhere near there. And the other is you need to see a gastroenterologist anyway, or a proctologist, and have this thing properly examined, and that's the word that I said that you didn't like.
Can I get like a hooker to look at it? Are there any hookers out there with medical degrees that could work up guys? Because they'd go running for the colon check at that point. All right, let's talk more about Cracker. All right, we're off of... Johnny, I'm going to let you off the hook with the whole anus thing, by the way, because that's the kind of guy I am.
I appreciate it.
We'll get into that.
I told you, Johnny. I told you not to say anything.
I got a checkup.
All right, you guys on tour now? You're going to go on tour? What's going on?
We're sort of beginning to tour. We did our first show last night in this little town out in the desert, Pioneer Town. And then we're going to Canada.
Pioneer Town? What the hell is Pioneer Town?
It's a great place.
What'd you play? There was
it's up near Yucca Valley.
There's a honky-tonk there.
There's a honky-tonk there, yeah. We have a lot of friends out there, so we just played a show for the locals.
Okay,
so,
and what about L.A.?
And nobody once shouted Sweet Home Alabama. I was very proud of everybody.
Freebird!
Well, somebody did shout Freebird, but I think it was his brother that shouted Freebird, so... I had to move on to another.
And where are you guys going to be? Because we're in like 21, 22 cities at this point, and you may get to some of those.
Well, most of them are Canadian.
We're not big enough to be in Pioneer Town yet, so
keep working at it.
Well, let's see. We're going to Canada next month. We have this tradition. We start our tour in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we think so highly of our cousins to the north.
You look a little like Bryan Adams.
Are you guys...
I said a little.
Wait, let me... Okay, there we go.
Oh, you've been in a studio before.
Yes.
Call me Richard Gregg.
Oh, his career's doing nicely.
But I think we end up in New York on like the 25th.
And what about L.A. besides
on May 10th or something?
At the Hollywood Grand, May 10th.
Oh, really?
You people in L.A. will just have to wait.
All right. Well, we're going to hold our breath now. We're going to go to the phones real fast before we go to break. Lisa.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on Loveline with Cracker.
Hi. I have a problem. Big problem. Actually, it's a power struggle with oral sex.
Yes.
Oral sex and all different kinds of sex, but mostly oral sex.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us are very strong-willed people. It's my boyfriend. We've been dating for about a year and a half, and both very strong-willed people in everything we do, especially sex. And the sex is great, don't get me wrong. And I get dressed up for him and all different kinds of things, but he always needs to have it his way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
All right, get an egg timer. We'll be back.
You're on.
Oh, we got to turn the light. Hey, would you
turn the lights on? That's what I was trying to tell you. We can't see you in there.
Christ's sake. Everyone's looking at us now. Let me explain why Drew and I were just yelling, because I'm going to give the situation. I'm going to try to paint a picture here. We're in the little cramped studio that's usually like Calcutta. I turned the fan on, thankfully, and it's bearable in here. Producer Ann, the beautiful phone screener Sherry, the various other lackeys that hang out at the Loveline studio, and One Nut Wonder engineer Mike, all sit in a much larger place with gadgets and things where they sit comfortably and mock me. And don't think I don't know you do. But they turn the light down.
There's a two-way mirror here, basically.
And there's like a big 2 sheets of glass, and if they turn the light down in there, we can't see them, so they cue me. You know, they do that thing like they do on the movies, where they go, hey, go! And they point.
Because you guys keep it like daylight in there.
And Mike, yeah, that's a nice comeback, Mike. You guys keep it like daylight in there. I'm reading stuff. Do you mind?
It's a groovy nighttime show.
All right, enough of you. Pot yourself down, would you?
Pot your lights up, please.
Pot your lights up. All right, we're here with the gents from Cracker. I'm sorry you guys had to sit through that.
No, that's fine.
Totally unprofessional. The new CD, The Golden Age, will be coming out the 2nd. You guys, we were just talking about during the break, will be in San Diego doing a gig
on 91X show. It's at Soma there, and I guess that's Saturday night. I forgot about that. See, I forgot about
right. And not too far a drive for the L.A., Bakersfield, and Santa Barbara, and other diehard Cracker fans that are within driving distance to go out
stalking
check that
distance,
one out within proper stalking distance. All right, we're going to get back to what is that, Drew? Yes, the phones. Brian,
helping you out.
Hello.
Hey, I don't come to your gigs and play the guitar, do I, man?
That's right.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Yeah, okay, I've had enough of you. Brian?
Yeah.
You must talk.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
My mom was standing right there. She woke up. Sorry. Okay.
People are so freaked out about talking in front of their parents.
What's wrong with that?
All right, Brian.
Your parents were never around to freak you out.
Oh, okay, Drew. Yeah, thanks. Okay, that's right. Make me cry. That's going to make for a funny show. Bring up the anus now, the heinous mental abuse I had to endure as a youngin'. Brian, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. I want to ask you, okay, look, I got this problem. My girlfriend, it's like we've been going out for a while, and I'm really beginning to, like, enjoy being around her and everything, and all of a sudden she's, like, trying to change my life and change my lifestyle and how I'm living and what I'm doing.
Uh-huh. If part of it is to get you to talk faster, I'm all for it.
What do you mean? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm down with let's get you to move a little bit. That part I'm down with.
What kind of changes is she trying to bring about?
She's trying to change the people I hang out with and the people I talk to and how I dress.
You know,
like
you can't change another person in a relationship. On the other hand, you know, when you share a lot of time with someone, you kind of have to make compromises and bring your lives together a little bit. Are you sure it's not just sort of that she's looking for?
I don't know, because, I mean, she used to hang out with all the same people I do.
Right.
And she did the same things I did when we first started going out. But now it's like she's trying to turn everything around.
All right, but what do you figure her theme is? Is she trying to get you away from the slow-talking Hesher crew and in with the yuppies, or what?
She's just, I don't know. She's just trying to get me away from my friends, I guess, is what it seems like to me.
So she has monopolizes your time more.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? You guys, boys from Cracker?
Well, I think
Johnny David, you being manipulated by a bitch right now?
No, actually.
Okay.
And
no, not at all.
And she'd kill me if I said so anyway. So, no, but I mean, what are you like hanging around ex-cons or something like that? And she used to hang around ex-cons, or is it like is it?
What has she got against your friends?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess she thinks they're a bad influence on me or something. I mean, we go out and we party like occasionally.
That's up to you. That's up to you to decide.
So you're doing drugs? What you're saying?
No, I don't use drugs at all.
You're staying away from her then?
Huh?
You're just doing things away from her, and that bugs her.
Yeah, it used to be like once a month I'd have a weekend to myself just to go off and be with the guys, and now all of a sudden she wants that weekend.
Okay, so she's being
maybe
clingy.
You're not ready.
Yeah, you're not ready. Brian, listen. I want you to look down into your underpants right now. Is there anything there at all?
Yes.
Okay. Use it. Guys get knocked around. And let me tell you, this is how guys work. I wanted to talk about this the other night. I was discussing the plight of men in dating. Here's another thing guys do. They search around. They look for the Wonder Woman. They look all over. They search high and low. They finally find the perfect woman, and then they spend the rest of the relationship trying to figure out ways to get out of seeing her. You know what I mean? You find the greatest woman in the world, and then it's like, oh, man, Stu, yeah, I'm going to come play softball. Well, hold on, I got to make something up so I can get out of the house, you know? I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it? He's being cramped by this woman.
Yeah. And it's only one weekend a month or something, right?
Yeah, you could. That's like Army Reserve.
That's
You could handle that. Yeah, he didn't sound too. He sounded a little dim, though,
like
didn't he?
It was like really. Like,
it was important to him.
Working out, you know, or something like that. Just forget it.
Yeah, that's right. People get mad when I just, put a pox on someone and move on to the next call. But sometimes it needs to be done. Am I right, Drew?
When you compare that to the gal that had been abused by her stepfather for 6 years.
All right, but I was very sensitive on that.
Right, that's
call.
the point. I mean, there's a difference in importance.
Right. Jeremy.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hey, I just wanted to say hi. You got a great show, and I've heard you help a lot of people.
Thank you. We'll be sending out a T-shirt.
What's up, Jeremy?
Adam, I think you're really funny. We need more guys like you. And Drew, you're smart and caring. We need more guys like you too.
Yeah, if we don't need more guys like me, because then I'd just be driving an ice cream truck or something.
Well, you got a point.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. My question is, a couple of friends of mine are getting into some different kinds of drugs that aren't going to be as harmful as like acid and stuff.
Right.
And I just want to know what some of the effects are of peyote buttons and mushrooms. I'd like to know, before I try them.
I am of the opinion that all chemicals, all drugs that induce hallucinations as a result of the primary influence on the brain have the potential to damage the brain.
They're all about the same.
They're just weaker and stronger versions of virtually the same thing. We don't exactly know precisely how they work. But I have seen long-term complications from virtually all the hallucinogenics. I've not seen it from mushrooms, interestingly, probably because people don't do a lot of mushrooms. I have great difficulty.
You lived in Santa Cruz for 8
well,
years.
and I expect to see it, by the way, because I've seen psychiatric and neurologic problems from virtually every hallucinogenic you can name, and I'm really disturbed by particularly young people's sense of defensiveness about these compounds, that because they come from plants or because they're natural, somehow they necessarily are okay or good. I have to tell you, the reason these plants cause hallucinations are to kill you, so you don't come and eat the plants anymore. I mean, the plants develop these strategies as a way of surviving in the wilderness. There are plants in the South American rainforest that you take one lick of, and you'll have a terrific hallucinogenic high and die.
All right. Darwin, you done?
But the fact is, these things are there to protect the plant and to hurt you. Right. They're not there because they're natural and good for mankind.
All right, Pops. All right, Squaresville.
Please give me a contrary opinion.
Well, I am going to give you a contrary opinion because, first off, we all know you're in the big drug manufacturer's pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. If it doesn't come out of Dow or
I collect from them every day,
If it's not done by some big pharmaceutical, then it can't be good because it's not white and doesn't have a code number stamped in the top of it, and no fat Republicans getting rich off of it, poisoning the youth of the nation.
Well, any chemical can poison young people, so that's, no problem with that.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
But speaking of drugs, by the way, some stuff was coming out tonight about the OJ thing, about him having been on speed, possibly. And I have been saying that. I have been saying that since I first heard about the case, that it was a typical speed situation. I mean, the whole aphorism "speed kills." A guy named David Smith came up with that at the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic, and it was not that taking speed kills you; it was that if you're on speed, you kill people. Yeah, that's what that statement was originally designed to describe.
Credit to Dr.Drew, who was saying that many months ago. Yeah. And what is you guys?
When did this come out?
I just heard my wife called me tonight on the way in to tell me that it was on the news and stuff, because I've been talking about it for months. I felt that was the case.
All right, so Jeremy.
Yeah.
Don't do any drugs.
Well, that doesn't really answer my question. I mean, what's the side effects of the peyote and mushrooms?
As I started saying that it causes chronic depression, intellectual problems, abstract reasoning problems. What?
You mean
also,
doing a lot of it?
Peyote does like a number on your digestive tract.
Makes you vomit.
For
you vomit.
5 days.
Yeah.
So you might want to be prepared to deal with that.
But all hallucinogenics carry the potential, in my opinion, to damage your brain. And mushrooms and peyotes are hallucinogenics.
Is that long-term damage or short-term?
Yeah, long-term damage, potentially.
Irreversible?
What?
Irreversible damage?
Long-term, irreversible,
Okay.
chronic.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about doing it once, or are you talking about
I don't
doing it a
know.
lot?
I don't know.
Trying it.
It's hard
just trying it? Oh, yeah.
I did also say I've never seen it from mushrooms, but I believe I'm going to, because if people use enough of it, but how much is enough for an individual is unknown.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
You could try mushrooms. You'd be okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, but don't watch TV. Your head will explode. And don't do anything stupid like ride a unicycle or some nonsense like that. You're chasing a big lizard through the desert like you're in some kind of Oliver Stone film. All right, boys. Now, you pushed the button earlier when you cussed, but you can't push it when you're coughing into the mic?
Sorry, I forgot. There was this glass in the way. It was a big obstacle to get around. So.
All right, I love you anyway, and to prove it,
sorry.
Off the new Cracker CD Golden Age, we're going to play I Hate My Generation. I Hate My Generation by Cracker off the Golden Age, which will be out the 2nd of April, so I urge you to go out and get that, and we'll be back. Yeah, there we go. Let me get the phone numbers out for Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. They are Cracker. Individually, they are David Lowry and Johnny Hickman, both from the aforementioned group Cracker. Hi, guys.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, fantastic. All right, we're going to go back to the troubled youth of America. Drew, point. I love when you do that.
They haven't been very troubled yet.
No, but we're going to find them. Don't worry, we'll weed them out. Okay. Thomas.
Hello?
You troubled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, see, there we go. Go ahead.
Okay, there's this gay guy that, like, hangs out with me all the time.
Uh-huh. Is that Charles Nelson Riley?
Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
And, I know that I'm straight and everything, and he keeps making moves on me, and I'm wondering what should I do about him.
Reject those moves.
Yeah.
Repel them if you're not interested in it, and try to find a way.
I try to ignore him, and he just comes back. I go to his house because we, like, have to do some work together.
Is he a good friend of yours?
Huh?
Is he a good friend of yours?
No, he used to be until he told me about that he's gay.
Yeah, just tell him, you're not gay if you want to retain the friendship. That, respect your views, man.
You guys, you can take a compliment, right? You're both attractive in your own different sort of rock and roll way. We're not going to get into the Richard Grieco or who was my Bryan Adams one.
You're asking for it now.
Yeah. Okay. But wait a minute. Now, I mean, it's not like you're an actor. Right. You're a musician. Richard Grieco's considered like a really hunky-looking guy. Girls love Richard Grieco.
But he's like as smart as no, I don't know. I have no idea, really.
Bag of hammers. No.
Yeah, okay. But there's nothing wrong with looking
he looks like
someone
me, okay?
Okay. That's right. Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway.
All right. But the point is you guys, you're up there on stage, you're doing anything. You ever get guys coming on, you doing that stuff?
One bit his penis one night
I was bitten
on stage.
Penis on stage one night.
Really?
In England, though, but it was England.
Oh, so that
was a very
forward. It was a very.
Now wait a minute. How did that happen?
Very forward gay man.
Did he charge the stage?
He was licking Johnny's boots. So Johnny thought this was really funny. So he's kind of like.
Leading him on
around, he's kind of flirting with the guy and stuff, And
while you're playing,
he's doing his full 70s mix Ronson hip sashaying kind of thing, right? And the guy just reached out and just bit him and wouldn't let go.
Really?
It was great.
Did you tip him? We'll be back in 10.
You should have been arrested.
He apologized.
Drew has
apologized. Joined our fan club and has apologized.
He apologized.
Long letter. I'm so sorry.
Does Hallmark make a card? Sorry, I chomped your schlong.
Really.
Picture
about your willy.
Snoopy turning red in the face or something like that. Maybe like Garfield doing the whoops thing with his paw over his mouth. What kind of greeting card do they have for that? So. We were just talking. Stop throwing stuff. We were just talking to Johnny from Cracker, and he was talking about how this obsessed fan bit him in the penis. Sure, when he was licking the boot, everything was fine, but then he went for the groin.
Yeah, he went beyond foreplay real quick.
And did you have to stop playing? I mean, what was your reaction?
No, he did not. He's the utmost professional. He kept playing. I think he Well,
I bonked him on the head with my Les Paul.
It's sort of hard to
because
explain.
he bit, and there was a few seconds of just complete disbelief, and then he held on. He was sort of like a snapping turtle or something. So I had to just sort of give him a little bonk, and then he went back into the crowd. This guy was about 6'4", by the way, and I'm 5'10".
Right.
He was a big guy.
But you're built like a jukebox. Look at you, you're a strapping stud.
Wail on you.
All right, but so the story to all the girls who want to know is your penis was sitting in his beer all night, which was resting on the foot of the stage, and that's why he bit it, right?
The truth comes out.
It even sucked some of the head off it.
Gentlemen, did we finish with Thomas here?
Hey, this is a medical question. Oh, yeah. Thomas?
Well, I think it's terrible if it bites you. It's just unbelievable. But go ahead.
Stranger things have happened.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Try to keep him as a friend. Explain to him that that's not what you're into, but if he's into it, that's okay. You're not going to judge him, but you don't, it's like anything else. It's like religion. You could be Jewish, he could be Baptist or atheist or Christian or Catholic, and just as long as you guys don't sit there and whack each other over the head with your own beliefs all day and try to convert everyone around you, you can go on being friends. You know what I'm saying, Thomas? All right, let's get back to the penis. You had bite marks on the penis? Seriously?
Yeah, well, I was wearing clothing, but yeah, he bruised me a little bit. It went away, but
oh my god,
yeah, it was pretty frightening.
And did you have to explain that to anybody?
To my wife. Yeah.
Really?
Well, I called her that night. I was pretty disturbed. I said, "You're not going to believe what happened."
Did you?
Yeah, she did. Well, everybody was there.
Well, we all backed him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why you're there.
Now tell me,
June.
How did this happen again?
Hello?
June.
Yes.
Hey, you're on Loveline with Cracker.
Hi.
Hi.
So how's it going?
Oh, we are having problems tonight, aren't we, Drew?
Yeah,
Is it a full moon?
No, I don't think so.
America has gotten completely normal.
Is that the bovine disease that everyone's stricken with?
Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease?
Yes. June.
I'm having major problems.
Yes, what are they?
Can you help me?
We're going to try. You'll have to voice them.
Well, I'm 17 years old, and I've thrown up my boyfriend, thrown up on him once, but then I threw up again in the shower. Almost on him. He tried having sex with me.
Yeah? Why did that make you throw up?
Now, wait a minute. What did you do again?
Well, we were in the shower, and he was trying to have sex with me.
And you...
Threw up on him.
I just love that sound effect. I brought that in the other day. Who says I'm not the hardest working man in radio?
Yeah.
You had sex? I mean, you're giving him oral. Were you satisfying him orally?
No.
Oh, you mean you just vomited through him having intercourse?
He tried to have sex with me, and I threw up on him.
Is it because it was so upsetting to you?
No, I don't know what it was.
Had you been drinking a lot?
No.
What do you think it was?
You know what? I think it was in my past.
Right. It was upsetting to you. It was disturbing to you, overwhelmed, and you threw up.
Yes.
All right, wait a minute. Now, I got to backtrack here. This has happened twice. Yes. Once in the shower, once on dry land, right?
No, both times were in the shower. I threw up actually on him once.
Okay, here's the deal. I guess if you're going to throw up with someone, the best place to do it is in the shower, but it's sort of setting a bad precedent. I've looked at the shower as jinxed at this point and just move into the tub or another part of the room.
Thing? What happened in your past?
Well, the next door neighbor. It's this big long story. I don't even think you want to get into it.
Try in a couple sentences. Describe what happened.
Okay. Well, we had oral sex.
You and a next door neighbor.
Yes.
And how old were you?
13 years old.
How about before that? Did that ever happen to you?
No.
How old was the neighbor?
Actually, he was 15.
Oh, gosh. I thought she was going to say 77.
And it's something you just were not ready for at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's like I give it like a 3 on the trauma scale.
Yeah.
It's real. It's there, but it's manageable. People can get over that.
Yeah. But what is my problem?
It's that.
Is it?
Well, she connects with that. Her sense of it.
Oh, she blows a neighbor kid 5 years ago, and now she's vomiting everywhere?
Who said I blew the neighbor kid?
You did.
No, I said we had oral sex. That does not mean that I blew the neighbor's kid.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, what did you do to him?
I didn't do anything. He did to me.
Oh. Well, that's even lower on the whole. Let me check the trauma scale. Yeah,
trauma scale?
That's just below seeing your grandfather's ass. That's really pretty minor.
That's minor?
Yeah.
Look, it was major to her, and she hasn't gotten over it. And her sense is that it's overwhelming her. The memories flood back into her mind when she tries to have sex in the present. And maybe you're just not ready for that at your age. Maybe you really need to sort of gain more maturity to be able to manage those feelings so you can go ahead.
Mature, though.
I understand, but your sense of being mature and actually becoming an adult or being as mature as you're going to be may be some distance.
Well, wait a minute. June, have you had sex before?
No.
No, you have
I'm
not.
a virgin.
Okay.
And so what is my problem with throwing up on my boyfriend?
Well, I mean, that's the kind of reaction you're going to have to something that's disturbing, yeah. I mean, when you get sick to your stomach when you see a bad car accident, you get sick to your stomach when you smell something or it reminds you of something. You know, I mean, that's the sort of standard reaction to something that disturbs you. So that's probably what that is. Do you think of this incident often with the neighbor?
June?
Well, once in a while. I mean, it's nothing that I think about every day, but I think that has an effect with my boyfriend now.
Then I would say you just take your time and not have not have sex at your age and take it easy and don't be pushing so hard to do something that you don't want to do. It's overwhelming you. It makes you throw up, for crying out loud. Don't do it.
I'm going to work a totally different angle, by the way, not the neighbor angle anymore. I'm on to something totally different. June, does your boyfriend have varicose veins?
Does he have varicose veins?
Yes.
No, not that I've seen.
Okay. Well, I'm back to the neighbor one. I don't know. I mean, I know you can be traumatized by anything you want, and I know 13's a little bit young.
Yeah.
But in this day and age,
No. It's not anything about this day and age. I mean, it can have the neurocognitive development of a 13-year-old is such that they may not handle the experience, and it can trigger some stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that she's going to have a chronic psychiatric problem as a result. She can have personality disorder or anything, but she could have some reactions in the present.
All right. Derek.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline with Cracker.
Oh, I'm just kind of in shock. Oh, it's weird. Yeah. Well.
The boys from Cracker are getting pissed, by the way, so let's go.
Okay, I got a problem, I guess.
Okay.
This girl, I kind of want to ask her to prom, but I don't know how.
All right, Cracker, you guys handle this.
I'm disappointed how normal America is this time around.
You can't just show up in class and ask a girl to prom. That doesn't work.
Why can't you just go up in the middle of class and? I don't understand. Actually, I never went to a prom, so I don't know if I could help you here. Actually,
do you know this girl?
Yeah, I know her.
Are you
friends?
We
have like 2 classes together.
You're friends, but you haven't dated, or what's your?
Yeah, that's about it.
It's time to make the move, buddy.
Yeah.
Go get your courage
in
up
class,
and do it.
You can't do it because I don't sit by her in either class.
If you're worried about being told no, that's going to happen 1,000 times in your life.
Yeah, just get it over with.
Get it over with now. And she may be pleasantly surprised, and she'll say, yeah, I can't believe you waited so long to ask me. So.
Derek?
Just do it.
Yep.
Derek, I want to do a little dry run here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I want you to pretend that Johnny Hickman from Cracker is, what's this girl's name?
Dana.
Dana. Is now Dana, the potential prom date.
Uh-huh.
And you just ran into Dana/Johnny Hickman from Cracker in the hall. And it's between classes. And you're both moving down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And you have just a few minutes to work your magic, to weave your spell. Derek?
Yep.
Hit it.
Listen.
Go.
Do you want to go to prom with me?
Sure.
Okay.
See?
I changed my mind. I'm going with your best friend.
He acts as good as Richard Grieco.
Oh. Where's that throw up button? I want to do it.
Here, let's
go.
That was a fantastic feminine voice. I'm glad you got in touch with that. Now stay over there. Larissa.
Hello.
Larika?
Larissa.
Oh, Larissa. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, you know.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, tell us your damn question.
I'm calling you from all the way from Modesto, California.
Fantastic.
That's like really far away.
Good. No one cares. Go ahead.
Okay, well, check it out. I called this personal ad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put this personal ad in the paper, and this guy called me back. And his name's Rod. And this was our second date. Our first date was at a comedy show at Holiday Inn.
His name's Rod Gisman or something
Rod,
like that?
R-O-D, hit me with the rod.
Okay. All right. You understand why she's putting the ads out now, don't you?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So we're dating. Okay, this is like our second date, and he like made this chicken dinner for me, and he's like totally cool. And we had like, I bought the wine, and we're like on our second bottle of wine. Okay, and it's Behringer, Johannesburg.
What year?
Okay.
What year? Let's see, 1994.
Fantastic.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Did you let it breathe?
He calls it like, did we let it breathe?
Yes.
He says he did.
Did he let you sniff the screw top before he threw it into the
No,
garbage?
he like totally just poured it into my cup and said, here, drink it, hurry.
All right. More detail than we need, so go ahead.
He wants to like totally get me, wasted.
Right.
Like, take advantage.
I was Lord knows someone who's putting out personal ads is not going to give up sex on the second date.
No doubt. Listen to this. So, anyways, so he knows, like, I've only slept with one guy, right, in my whole life. Okay. So he's like, my second date, right? And I'm going, oh, my God, what should I do now? It's like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 over here in Modesto. I'm going, what should I do?
The half-hour time difference over there in Modesto.
Shall I go home or should I stay here? I don't know what to do. So we called you guys to find out what.
Oh, this is going on right now.
You're loaded
right
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
You're speaking pretty clearly for somebody in their second bottle of wine.
Wait, are you in L.A.?
Yeah.
Okay, well, say hi to my cousin, Romy.
It's the middle of the day here.
Carranza. Say hi to her.
What's her name?
Romy
Romy?
Carranza.
Isn't that a black holiday?
It might be. I don't know.
All right, yes. So Lucretia McEvil says, gives her props out to Romy McWanda. All right, listen, Lucretia.
I don't know. She might not be listening to us.
Larica, listen.
Okay.
Listen, you're loaded now, right? The guy's there, right?
Like drank, like. Yeah,
all right,
he's like,
Rod's there?
Want to talk to him?
I put Rod on the phone.
Here you go.
I got to get a description of this one. Rod.
Yeah.
Rod, you fool. What are you thinking?
What do you mean? What am I thinking?
All right, Rod, you loaded too?
I'm not loaded.
All right, you've been funneling it all into Laricia's. Okay,
well, not all of it,
listen.
no.
What did the personal ad say?
Hers?
Yes, just paraphrase.
It said she was an intelligent woman looking for some.
Okay, so she starts with a lie right off the top. She's an intelligent woman looking for what?
Intelligent company.
The paper's going to sue you two if they find out about it. You have to run a retraction on Friday's paper. Listen, do you have the ad there? Is there any physical? What's she look like physically? Because we always wonder. We see these ads, right?
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's there, but let's speak in code. Can she hear? She can't hear me, can she?
You can hear.
Oh, okay. Big girl.
No.
Little bit. Little bit.
No. Serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is she putting those ads in the paper?
Why are you asking us about what to
because
do?
I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know why she put the ad in
All
there.
right.
That's
all
kind of
right.
scary, too. I'm
Rod,
not sure.
Rod.
Yeah.
You want to close the deal tonight, huh?
Well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. You got a condom?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a third bottle of wine?
Absolutely.
Now, here's the thing, and you guys will back me up because you're in a band. You know how this works. It's good to get women drunk. Settle down over there.
It's against the law in this state, by the way.
She's 25.
It is no.
Oh,
if you
to get someone drunk,
right? And you have sex with him, she can accuse him of rape.
Oh my God! If there wasn't for booze, I'd still be a virgin. What are you talking about?
I know they're taking away your foreplay, Adam, but the fact is that that's the law.
Hey guys, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, like on our station, I can hear you like 3 minutes before what you have to say.
Right.
And I totally heard everything you guys told them.
Right.
You have the bottle of wine, and you think you're ready, and so forth, and whatever.
Yeah. Right.
But hey, I'm not that kind of girl.
All right, but let me tell you,
Together.
Lucretia. Yeah, listen. Who cares? Listen. When somebody calls up and wants a panel of horny, hard up, sexed up band members, doctors, and shabbily dressed hosts.
Band members to ask for advice about.
Yeah, these guys probably
moralities, probably.
Like totally. You think he paid like $5 to get me?
All right, listen. We know you want to sleep with him. You just want to make it seem like you were thinking about it.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, right.
All right. Listen, we're gonna let God decide. All right.
Let God decide.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Okay, flip it.
All right. Wait a minute. You want heads or tails?
Give me tails.
All right. Heads is heads. Tails, he gets you in the tail, right?
Okay.
No. Heads.
Personally, I like head, but if you give me tails, I'll go with that.
All right. Let's see. It's a done deal. All right. Heads, you sleep with him.
Okay.
Tails, you induce a vomit right there on the coffee table,
and like totally Luke, right?
Right, and storm out with your high heel slung over your shoulder, and you grab a cab. All right.
I totally agree with you.
Heads, you sleep with him. Tails, you go home.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it up, and just to prove I'm not lying, I'm going to let the boys from Cracker say what it landed on.
Okay, be totally honest.
I'll be totally honest. Ready? Here we go. It's up in the air. It's still spinning. Whoa, look at it hang. And it just hit the counter. And it is...
Oh.
Heads.
I would never sleep with the guy on the second day.
All right, but it's heads, so it's God's will.
It's God's will?
Yes, do you want us to all be struck by lightning? All right, Lucretia, happy humping. There you go, another match made on the wonderful Loveline.
Oh. Now, somebody who calls and asks, so you had the point. I mean, the point was somebody calls up and asks two guys in a band.
Yeah.
For some decision like this is.
I have a theory that whenever girls say,
Satan, what should we do?
Right. The devil's caddy. What should we do? No, it's really like when someone says, I really shouldn't do this, or I don't want to do this, or this is too fast. It usually means they want to, but they didn't want to make it seem like it was their idea.
Right.
Because if they thought of it first, it wouldn't be good. Now, we are going to play a mystery cut.
It's written right in front of you on that piece of paper I put in front of you.
Oh, that's what that is.
I
Ann
gave
is
15
pissed.
minutes ago. I just sit and watch you, and you're just so... Oh, you drive me crazy.
Producer Ann is thoroughly pissed. Cracker with...
John Osborne.
Nothing to Believe In. That was Nothing to Believe In off of Cracker's Golden Age. And if the voice in the background sounded familiar, it was the one of Joan Osborne. And we'll be back.
We're Rancid, and you're listening to Loveline. So give me all your loving. Come on, baby, show me what you got.
We are back with David Lowry and Johnny Hickman, both from the group Cracker. We're also back with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. The phone number's here at Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. Coming up shortly, we will redo the what test, the what does that stand for? The women's heterosexual aptitude test. So that will be, I will read that off sometime between now and the time the show ends and Cracker vomits and bangs some groupies out in the alley. Sorry, guys. It was a stream of consciousness. I can't say consciousness
I'll tell you the roadie
anymore.
creed later, but anyway.
Really? What would be the creed?
I don't think we could say it on the radio.
But this is for the roadies. It's not for you.
Yeah, it's for the roadies, but it's like it's just one of those standard sort of jokes that keeps going round and round and round.
No head, no backstage pass?
No. It's more complicated than that, actually.
Okay.
It's actually fairly intelligent. It's just obscene.
Oh,
that's all.
But just clean it up a little and give us the radio version of it.
Well, there's a lot of variations on it. It's basically if you loaded in the van and.
Okay, all right.
It goes on and on.
So it's kind of like the old
and on like that. Now that's the stereotype you're talking about,
right?
Correct.
Band roadies.
Yeah.
Okay. And the band being sort of doing this, involving themselves in the same activities oftentimes.
I probably used to, but I'm very happily.
You're very happily married now with the teeth mark on the penis. Yes, we understand.
So
Adam?
Anyway, just get the stereotype out of the way. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are nice young lads. Adam?
Hello.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hey, how you doing? First, I just want to tell Cracker, I love you guys. You're one of the most talented bands around. You're really great at music. I really love you.
Oh, well, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I just had a couple of questions for you and Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
One thing was, I went on I've been seeing my girlfriend. Her name is Jenny for about 7 months now. And a couple weeks ago, I went on, a ski trip with some of my friends. And when I came back and I saw her, she started acting really weird. She was like, she started saying I was annoying and that she didn't want to see me again. and I've been trying to call her, and neither she or her roommate will take any more of my calls. When I go to her apartment, nobody answers the door. It's just getting really weird. I don't know what's going on.
Getting the brush.
Yeah.
That always hurts, man.
Wait, it's like, do you see the Friends tonight?
Yeah, I did.
The guy was trying to get his roommate to leave.
His crazy roommate, right.
Same kind of thing.
Right.
All right, leave. What do you mean? Leave?
Right.
Came from out of the blue, huh?
Adam, it does not take a team of scientists to figure out what is going on in your life.
But the thing was that, we, really loved each other. We usually did, everything with each other.
Something has changed, Adam. Something has...
I had, a heroin and a acid addiction for, 4 months, and, she was very, kind about it and everything.
While you're with her, then? So 4 out of the 7 months you were together, you were addicted to heroin and acid?
Mm-hmm, and, she was like...
Just tosses that one off.
Uh-huh, yeah. Anyway.
She just helped me through it and everything, and, I got through it, and I'm not addicted to that anymore.
All right, let me give you my theory.
You're addicted to her instead.
No.
Yes.
Okay, that one too. But here goes my theory based on nothing and no particular training.
Hold on a second. Yeah?
I'm giving my theory anyway. Here's the deal. She's a fixer. She found this guy that had this problem with addiction, and she fixed him up. And now that he's fixed up, she's ready to move on to her next project.
She's a fixer personality, maybe.
That's right. She is, you're like this old junkie. They're done with. They've just put the final coat of paint on the hand railing, and it's time for Norm and Bob Vila to move on to the next project. Adam. Okay.
I laughed. He left. She was at the door.
Adam's like fixing himself a martini while we're over here killing airtime. Drewski?
It's all written down here for you.
Is it? Okay.
You just did that one.
All right. Yeah, well, you got to cross them off then. It's Gaslight Adam night. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Sari.
Sari.
Yeah, okay. I have, this love triangle thing going on. I've been friends with this one girl since, grade school, and I moved after grade school, and I went to a different middle school, and I got to be friends with this guy. And afterwards, it turned out that we all ended up going to the same high school, and those two became, really good friends. They're, best friends, but we're all in the, same group. The thing is that he wants to be friends with her, but she, has a hots for him. And he's made it clear that he only wants to be friends, and so she's, sort of backed off, and she sees other guys. But she makes it hell for girls that want to see him. So I've been seeing him, I guess, behind her back, and she found out about it, and now she's trying to, try and bump me off and try and get me...
Bump me off?
Well, I mean, she's trying to get me out of the picture.
Trying to kill you?
No, maybe she's just going to frame her, put a kilo of heroin in her gym locker or something.
No, nothing that bad, but she's just trying to get me out of the way. She's trying to...
All right.
Break us up.
Sari.
Yeah.
We get these calls all the time. People going, this guy's trying to break us up. This girl's trying to break us up. I'm thinking about breaking someone else up. It sounds kind of ludicrous when you get older. I mean, when you get into your later 20s and early 30s, you can't really picture somebody coming and breaking you up. And this seems like common attempted practice, at least in high school, and I don't really understand it. I don't think...
It doesn't really work if you don't really believe in it.
It doesn't, make sense to me or anything, but any kind of relationship that he's ever been in, she'll try and break it up. The thing is, I'm kind of sick of it, and I just want to know how... I really like him, and I want to know how to be with him without her having any say in it. She's, constantly in our faces about this.
All right. Everyone's got a weird puss on over here, Sari, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, here's the deal. She's going to make herself look that much more the fool by trying to break you two up. She's going to look that much more desperate. If this guy's got an ounce of brains, he's going to understand that. And if she pulls it off and he buys into it, then he's just a big enough jackhole that you don't want to be with him anyway.
Exactly.
All right, Sari? Just don't worry about it.
I have a question for Cracker.
Okay.
Are you going to have any concerts in the Chicago area?
Yeah, why don't you talk about that?
They certainly are. They're going to be in this area in the month of May.
I thought I detected a Chicago accent.
Yes, I have to look at Ann all the time now because I'm like a dog that's been beaten by it. Okay. Well, they're going to be in Chicago in May, and Drew has found the press release. Go ahead, Drew.
May 21st at the Rivers, something like that.
The
Riviera?
Riviera, maybe?
Yeah.
Riviera, there it is.
Keep going, Drew.
Washington, D.C., April 29th. The 930 Club, Minneapolis, May 20th, the 1st of August, this looks like.
All right, now sell it now. Come on, Drew.
I'm sorry, May 20th, the 1st Avenue, I beg your pardon. May 17th and 18th at the Ogden Theater in Denver. And in Portland, May 14th at La Luna.
All right, this is all in the month of...
All May.
Right, all right. That is Cracker coming to a town... coming to a town near you.
They've given up on you in the other room, haven't they?
They certainly have. There's a coup going on.
Aquarium.
I'm going to have to step away for just a minute here because I'm going to have to regain control of the ship, and we'll be back. Yes, thank you and mahalo. I'll be here all week. Let me get the phone numbers out for Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number 310-854-4455. We're here with David Laurie and Johnny Hickman, both from Cracker. Also, Dr. Drew. And, as promised, I am going to redo the what test this evening. I did it yesterday during the first hour, and I'm going to redo it right now. So... this, again, is the women's heterosexual aptitude test. Grab a pad and pencil, because here we go. If you've ever made a collage out of clippings from a woman's magazine, like Elle or whatever the hell those things are, W, give yourself 5 points. Give yourself a point for every time you faked an orgasm. Add an additional 5 points if you did it while performing oral sex. Oh, that's a giver. And additional 25 points if you faked your orgasm while your man was in the bathroom. Number 3, if you own culottes, give yourself 10 points. If you've ever gone out in cowboy boots and cycling shorts, give yourself a whopping 10 points. You staying with me now, ladies? Give yourself 5 points for every time you've uttered the phrase, right now, I just need to be held. Number 6, if you think it's all right to punch your boyfriend while he's sleeping because you had a dream he hit on one of your friends, give yourself 10 points. That ever happened to you guys?
Actually, I think it has.
Heterosexual women find that to be okay. That is perfectly all right for them. Give yourself 15 points for every time... Pardon me, I'm going to start that over. Give yourself 15 points if every time you get together with one or more of your female friends, the conversation quickly turns to menstruation. The heterosexual women love talking about the time of the month. Guys hate it. Add 20 points if you secretly wish all other women would magically put on 40 pounds. Thus making you look slender in comparison. Give yourself 3 points for every stuffed animal you own, 5 points for each one you've named, and 20 points for each one you've had an intimate relationship with. Number 10, give yourself 5 points for every time you've sworn up and down you don't masturbate. Another big ploy, the heterosexual women. 3 points if you don't know how many cylinders your car has, and add an additional 5 points if you're not sure what a cylinder is. Give yourself 5 points for every workout video you've ever purchased, and add additional 5 points if you've never worked out to any of them, and also add an additional 15 points if the only one who has worked out to them is your boyfriend. 3 points if you've ever put unicorn decals on your fingernails. No lesbian would ever do that. Number 14, if you've ever taped Days of Our Lives, Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, or Savannah, add 5 points. If you've ever taped This Old House, deduct 15 points. Number 15, if you have big hair, and I don't mean medium hair, and I don't mean average hair, I mean tremendous big Tammy Wynette in the 70s hair, give yourself 5 points. Another thing that lesbians would never do because they need to get out of the shower and go to the dyke bar. Drew told me to say that. And the last question, if you've ever faked an injury to get out of sex, Give yourself a whopping 25 points. And that concludes the what test, the women's heterosexual aptitude test. Guys from Cracker, how'd you fare?
Faked an injury? That's the one that actually was kind of faked an injury to get out of sex. Like,
why? You have a problem with that?
Well, no, I just never heard that. That surprised me.
But it's something a heterosexual woman might do.
I twisted my ankle.
Well, you can be creative. We're talking to the lovely and Foxy, you'll back me up on this, producer Ann, last night, and she said she's faked a cramp before. You know, women, you know, the period's coming on, I got cramps, it's hurt. Water retention.
There's so many things.
You boot the bed frame with your shin, and you know what I mean? You pull a Brody in the bathroom, whatever it is, you can get out of it. You can be creative, not just a headache. Because a guy's going to see right through that. That's paper thin. Yeah. Okay. Right, faking the cramp. That's good. And there's no cramp check. That's like the guy going to go, hold on, let me put my ear up to your abdomen. Liar! I knew it. Now you get double sodomy. Okay.
I got 130 points, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are a ton of women. You're 2 women, Ann. What do you think of that?
Hey, thanks.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me to screw up. All right, we're going back. It's now turned into the Indy 500. We're going back to the phone. Sharon.
Hello.
Hey, you're on Loveline with Gregor.
Oh, how are you doing?
Good. They are too.
Here's my question. I'm looking for some male perspective on a guy that I'm sort of seeing on a casual basis, but he fell asleep on me once in the middle of sex. And I was sort of like, either I've put him into a trance or I've completely bored him. I have no idea.
Was alcohol a factor or just stupidity?
Just stupidity.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, had he
already come to his conclusion?
No.
No, really?
Wow.
Really? That's nervy.
Yeah.
Did you ask him? Did you confront him?
Well, I mean, we talked about it the next day. He was like, oh, I'm really sorry about it. I mean, I sort of like...
And he wasn't drunk, and he...
No, he wasn't, because I've been with him all day. But he was just sort of like, I don't know, just maybe really tired. I have no idea. But I mean...
Apparently.
Because after he fell asleep, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just stop then, I guess. And so I sort of kind of like...
Okay, so you were on top.
Yes.
And so you just sort of slowed down. It was like it's like when you go to the market when you're a kid with your mom and you'd go out front, they'd have that horse that you put some change into, and after about 30 seconds, it would just kind of slow down and stop. You'd sit for a minute, you jump a little harder, nothing happens, so you get off and get back in the station wagon.
Right, and then he sort of like came to and he was like, what's going on? I was like, well, you were asleep.
I had a dream I was getting laid.
And so, I mean, we talked...
Wait a minute, she didn't look like you.
So I asked him about that, or I didn't ask him. He actually asked me about it, and he said he was really sorry. Didn't really know what was going on, but I kind of went, well, yeah, maybe you were just really tired, or I have no idea.
Johnny, David, has that ever happened?
Heard of that.
I don't think I've ever been too tired. So
No.
Maybe he was just really, really tired, and his pride wouldn't let him say so. And
I mean, he might have been sick then, too, because he was, like, kind of getting sick. Would that have done anything?
Well, I have dozed off before. I swear to... I mean, like, you know how you fall asleep... Listen, first off, if you can fall asleep behind the wheel of an automobile, you can fall asleep anywhere. I mean, really think about that notion.
That's true.
You're doing 70 miles an hour down the interstate, and you can doze off. Hundreds or thousands of Americans are killed each year because people nod off while driving. So if you can fall asleep while you're going 70, you sure as hell can fall asleep while you're going 2 miles an hour with a comforter up your ass. I'm just guessing. This is radio. You have to paint a picture. And I have dozed. I've done that thing where, like, and you've done it while you're driving too, you're kind of like, you know, you doze and then you're back. I've done that having sex when you're just totally exhausted. You've been working all day, you know.
Having sex?
Yeah. But only, yeah. Is that bad? Yeah, I was just kidding. No, I never done that. I pass by all my lady friends. Yes. They keep wanting more. They yell. Yeah.
So it's not completely abnormal.
No, it's not completely abnormal. There's a little bit of a slap in the face. But listen, Sharon, here's my advice next time. This is going to cure the narcolepsy problem. Yes. You know what it is?
3.
I got one word. 2 words. Wheelbarrow. Do you know what I'm saying? there's no possible way anyone could fall asleep in that position because it's like you're hoisting the back of a refrigerator while doing like a lambada type movement with your groin, and there's just no way to doze off while you're doing that. So it's the position. Don't let him get on the bottom. All right?
I'll think about it. I've got another question, though. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was with the same guy last weekend, and we only get together like every couple of months because we're in different cities. And in the middle of everything, he was like, "So did you happen to bring a condom?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, of course I did." And then I realized that he hadn't. And I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" I mean, do men just not bring them and think that somebody else will, or was he not planning on anything happening?
He was tired.
He was tired again.
Did he bring his eye shade?
Well,
yeah. What does that mean? I mean, that is kind of it's like, yeah, maybe you're not planning on having sex, or maybe you're trying to have sex without the condom, and I would take it as something. Wouldn't you, Drew?
Probably not a good thing that he didn't bring one, but I mean,
some
it could
guys
be
don't.
fairly
Some guys don't.
innocent,
You should back me up on this, Adam.
I'm right behind.
Some guys don't take responsibility for anything.
Right.
You know, they expect to be taken care of.
Okay.
You know, does he need a lot of mothering and that sort of thing? From
Yeah.
you? Yeah. So you're the caretaker. So you're going to arrange everything for him. Do the breakfast, do the laundry.
But
have the condoms ready.
Tell him if you're going to be mommy, he cannot bang mommy. So it's one or the other. All right, because that would be weird.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Night.
All right.
Why did you tell me what you're laughing about?
I'm laughing at that.
Well, tell them what that is.
Oh, all right. We have. All right. Listen, I don't think clearly, and I think that's obvious to anyone who listens to the show with any regularity. And I get confused very easily, and I'm not a big.
I can back you up on that, by the way.
Producer Ann is right behind me on that, and she'll sign any petition that's currently circulating. And I really don't concentrate very well, and I let Drew pick the calls out. And the way it works is there's a TV screen, and it basically has the calls numbered, and it just has their age and their name on it, and it's like 1 through 6 or 1 through 7. And Drew writes down the calls, and I look at the number, and I punch the button. That's it. I don't know what's coming next. And Drew, because he keeps getting bigger and bigger with his lettering, because I don't see him, I get confused, I get distracted, something shiny, or I see like a butterfly, and I go chasing around like a retarded kid, you know? So now he has this Marks-a-Lot board, one of those magic marks.
Now look, that's the Indy 500 board.
Yeah, the one they hold like you're down 0.2 of a second, or come in for a tire change on the next lap, and he's like a basketball coach now. Okay, great. All right, Drew, relax over
We're
there.
bringing in flares tomorrow for Drew.
Drew now draws the world's biggest numbers on this board, which is like 9 inches. So he has the world's biggest 6 drawn on this board. I'm looking at about to punch it, and I notice
it's gone.
There is no 6 on the screen. What'd they do? Just drop off?
Yeah, they just left.
All right. Now, what do you want to go? Now, just tell me, Drew. Don't write it down. It's humiliating.
A quick one.
All right. What is that, guys? You want to read that from Cracker?
5.
5 we go. Jason.
Oh, my gosh. I'm finally on. All right.
I picked the right call.
Adam. You're my hero.
Oh, really?
You're the best.
Wow.
Drew, you're the smartest man in the world, I'm sure.
Well, all right.
And Cracker.
Huh?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes.
We're waiting for our compliment.
Okay. Hi.
Comment.
No.
Hey, were you guys in Pioneer Town on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, I think we were. Yes, we were.
I was there.
You were.
And I saw you guys, and I was sure it was you, but I didn't come up and talk to you guys.
Wow.
That's cool.
Where'd you
talk to us now?
Where'd you see him?
What?
Where?
Pappy and Harriet's.
Yeah, that's the bar there.
The best place to hang out in Pike.
They were having corned beef and stuff.
Oh, you guys weren't playing. You were just hanging out,
Yeah, we were
getting
just
loaded and
hanging
eating. Oh, corned beef and beer.
Yeah.
Oh, those Micks know how to celebrate, don't they?
Got Homer Simpson here hosting the show.
Corned beef.
Are you guys still recording up there, or what?
No, we were just practicing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a big fan. I was wondering if you guys could do me a favor.
Well, what's that?
And I'm a big fan of the show, and my roommates wondering if you can do us a phone message.
A phone message?
All right, real fast. Are you all ready?
Get that machine going.
It's for Jason, Dave, and AJ.
All right. Jason, Dave, and AJ. What do you want them to say?
Just say, yo, what up? This is Cracker.
No, you can't tell us what to say.
We're not going to say that.
Yeah.
What were the names again?
It's Jason, Dave, and AJ.
All right.
Say whatever you want.
Are you ready?
Phone.
All right, Cracker phone.
Wait, I still haven't got the names.
Jason.
Drew, can you write it down for
Dave. Come on, with
And
the magic
AJ. No, I
mark.
got it now.
He's
Jason.
doodling over there.
All right.
Jason, Dave, and AJ. All right, Cracker, retarded phone message. Take one.
All right, you've reached Jason, Dave, and AJ, and you must be a loser if you're calling this number. I don't know what to say. What do you want? What do you want to say? Kick me.
Say it's Cracker.
Kick me.
Cracker. Say it's Cracker.
It's Cracker.
Oh, it's Cracker.
All right.
Leave a message.
And we'll be back. We's back on Loveline. We are almost out of here. Next week, we have a huge week. We have the Cowboy Junkies, Goldfinger. We have Squiggy. That is Squiggy from Lenny and Squiggy. We have Eric Matthews. So we have a real full plate next week. And, of course, tonight's fantastic guest was Cracker, David Laurie, and Johnny Hickman. I want to thank you guys for coming in and being such good sports and letting me have my fun.
Okay, no problem. It was entertaining.
I want to put a curse and or a pox on anybody who does not go out and purchase the latest Cracker CD out April 2nd. The name of the CD is The Golden Age. You heard a couple cuts from it tonight earlier, and it sounds real good. Drew?
If you'd like to write to us, P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California 90078, and the email address luv191 on AOL.com.
Drew, we have a minute to kill.
Why does it say Camper Van Beethoven?
Because that was the former Cracker guys.
Oh, that was my band before.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
You were in medical school.
Indeed I was. That's right.
I didn't notice any of that stuff. So
and it's the fantastic radio interviewer.
We were busy reading and studying and stuff like that. Well,
he's busy reading during this show, believe me. He's not even here. I want to thank phone screener Jimmy. James, don't call me Jimmy, you a-hole. I want to thank the lovely and vivacious Sherry on the phones, the producer and the long and angular one. And I want to thank the girthful and rotund one, the one-nut wonder, Engineer Mike, for doing at least an adequate job on the board tonight. I want to thank Dr. Drew for being himself. I want to thank Cracker. I want to thank myself. And we'll talk to you Sunday.
If you are still listening, you may feel the urge to touch yourself.
So that's it then. The opinions expressed on Loveline by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy. Loveline's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you.